The Manchus founded the Qing dynasty after they defeated the Ming dynasty in 1644. It was the last imperial dynasty to rule China, lasting until 1912. At its peak, the Qing Empire was one of the largest and most powerful states in the world. There were important rulers like Kangxi, Yongzheng, and Qianlong. Emperor Kangxi was one of the longest-reigning emperors in world history. He stabilized the empire after conquering the Ming, expanded territory into Taiwan and Central Asia, and promoted Confucian education. He was known for being both a skilled general and a wise scholar. Emperor Yongzheng focused on improving government efficiency. He reduced corruption, simplified tax systems, and made the central government stronger and more organized. Emperor Qianlong ruled during the empire's golden age. He expanded territory even more, supported the arts, and collected thousands of Chinese books and artworks. He saw himself as a Confucian ruler, but also as a protector of multiple cultures within the empire. They expanded China's borders and created a strong, stable government. The Qing rulers mixed their own Manchu traditions with Chinese Confucian systems to keep control and earn trust from the Chinese people. The Qing dynasty was divided into regions that were under 6 ministries. The emperor was the main ruler and controlled everything. It had a strong central authority. At its peak around 1750, the Qing Empire controlled China, Mongolia, Tibet, Xinjiang, and Taiwan. The capital was Beijing, where the emperor ruled from the Forbidden City. They included Han, Chinese, Manchus, Mongols, Tibetans, and Muslims, and had lots of religious tolerance. The Qing and the Mughal empires were both large and diverse. Both used tolerance to help keep peace in their empires. The Qing based their power on Confucianism and the mandate of heaven. However, the Mughals based theirs on Islam and divine kingship. Each empire used art and architecture to display power. For example, the Qing had the Forbidden City, and the Mughals built the Taj Mahal. Both ruled through strong central governments, but used different belief systems to support their authority. At its peak in the 1700s, the Qing Empire was one of the largest in the world. It went from the Pacific Ocean in the east to Central Asia in the west. The empire included modern-day China, Mongolia, Tibet, Xinjiang, and Taiwan. Geography played a huge role in how the Qing ruled. The eastern regions, like the North China Plain and the Yangtze River Valley, were the most populated and farmed areas. The western regions, like Xinjiang and Tibet, were more mountainous and desert-like. So the Qing relied on local leaders and military garrisons to control them. The location also gave them control over important trade routes, including parts of the Silk Road and coastal ports that traded with Europe. This huge area also made the empire flourish with trade routes and resources. The Qing had to rely on a strong central government and an organized bureaucracy since they had such a big area to control. The Qings inherited the Confucian civil service exam from the Ming dynasty and used the banner system to organize Manchu military units and families by allegiance, which ensured loyalty to the emperor. The tribute system showed the other neighboring states China's power. The Qing claimed they had received the mandate of heaven after the Ming lost it. They used Confucian values like loyalty, order, and moral leadership. The emperor was responsible for keeping the balance between heaven and earth. Again, they also allowed religious tolerance with beliefs like Buddhism, Taoism, Islam, and Christianity, as long as people obeyed the emperor. By connecting their rule to Confucian ideas, the Qing were able to gain respect from the Chinese population. The Forbidden City in Beijing showed the emperor's power and separation from ordinary people. Portraits of emperors like Qianlong showed them as wise, calm, and moral rulers chosen by heaven. The Temple of Heaven was where emperors performed ceremonies to pray for good harvests and show their connection to heaven. The Summer Palace displayed the dynasty's wealth and harmony with nature. All of these buildings and artworks symbolize the Confucian idea that a good ruler brings order and balance to the world. Overall, the Qing dynasty combined Manchu and Chinese traditions to create a powerful and long-lasting empire. Their Confucian-based government gave them both moral and political strength. By balancing tolerance, discipline, and a strong bureaucracy, they ruled over a diverse population for nearly 3 centuries. The Qing showed how religion and government could work together to keep an empire stable and legitimate. Their influence can still be seen in Chinese culture and politics today. So overall, the Qing dynasty was a mix of power, culture, and belief. They ruled a huge empire for centuries and left a legacy that is still part of China today. Thanks for listening.